What's up everybody, it's Evan in Arcade from God's a Game, and I'm back again with another show-off video. This time, as you can already see, is a pretty good, awesome piece of Nintendo memorabilia, and it is the Panasonic Cube. Now, you might be wondering, that looks a lot like a GameCube, and that's right, because it is a GameCube. But back in the day when this came out, GameCube came out around like 2001. This came out afterwards because the company that made the drive for the GameCube also kind of brokered a deal with Panasonic, and they asked Nintendo, can we let Panasonic make a DVD player that could also play GameCube games? Because at the time, when GameCube came out, we had the Xbox and the PlayStation 2, and those systems could play DVDs. The GameCube could not. So they said, let's make a system that could do both. And when it came out in 2001, it was roughly at the end of the year, around December, that it came out, and it lasted maybe 2 years before they just said, cut it, it ain't working. And that's because this system, when it was pretty expensive when it did come out. It was around 47,000, give or take, yen, and that was around maybe like 470 bucks, 475, around there, 400, you know. So it was pretty expensive. You were better off buying just a GameCube and then buying a DVD player separately and still have a little extra cash for games and DVDs. But for those who like all-in-one items, which generally don't always work, this was actually a pretty good system. We're going to open it up and check it out. But as you can tell from the box on the outside, it doesn't look anything like a standard console box. It's basically just a tech gadget box, like when you buy a DVD player, a sound system, anything like that. It's super technical. Doesn't even have anything regarding about the games, anything you could buy, what you can play on the system. It's just pure tech jargon or model numbers, all that. You could also see, I also teased this on my Instagram, which is Got to Game. This is the logo they had. It's the cube. It looks like a cube inside a cube. And this is technically called the Panasonic Cube, not a GameCube. Actually, I take that back. They also do call it the GameCube or the Cube, not Cube. Either way, it is a GameCube. As you can tell, it looks a lot different from the ones that were released, from all the colorways. We're gonna open it up, check it out. I'm not sure if I can tilt it, but let's see if I can just do this. Hopefully nothing topples out. We have the manual here. We'll check that out in just a second. Let me make sure it doesn't fall out. A couple airbags. My buddy in Japan actually found this for me. I've been looking for this for years now. I mean, it's been pretty expensive. Like I said, it retailed for almost 500 bucks. And now it's been going for, if you can find one in complete in box, some people have been trying to sell them for like 800, even 1,000. I don't think those are selling, but that seems to be the average around $700, $800, which is almost like, it's pretty much doubled its value. It is a collector's piece just because it's a system that never really made it over here outside of Japan, so that's pretty awesome. You can take out the manual, check it out. Panasonic Cube. Just a big old floppy manual. Obviously it's in Japanese. Everything here is in Japanese. It has a couple of characters here. I don't know if they were just mascots made for the Panasonic Cube. There's like a couple of pirates, and it has like a little Q on it. It's not even the same Q that's on the box, but they're whatever characters. Big old manual. I'm gonna set it aside. Like I said, my buddy found this. It's one in really good condition. Here's of course the AV cables, the red, white, and yellow, and as well as the power. I think it also has a digital out. It also has a digital audio output. The controller, I'm just gonna remove everything out and then we'll separate it from the bags and see what else. And the remote is one piece that actually is kind of hard to get. Like when you're buying a complete in box system, sometimes you'll see it and you're like, wow, that's cheap. It's like 300, 400 bucks. I'm like, I'm gonna buy it. But it doesn't come with a remote. It's important because obviously as a DVD player, you want to have that. That's almost essential for a DVD player. And this is a DVD player first, and then a GameCube, even though it looks more like a GameCube than a DVD player. At least that's how Panasonic marketed it. Styrofoam here. We might have to turn this back around. Styrofoam. My buddy packaged up really good. I mean, it comes with all the original packaging for the most part. Just set the box aside. Et voila. Panasonic Cube. You might notice that it's very shiny. It's not actually chrome. A lot of people think it's chromed out. It's a plexiglass overlay under, and it's under or over just a reflective material. It might be just some kind of reflective tape or another piece of plexi that's reflective. But it's in really great condition. We'll probably do a couple close-ups so you can see what it is it has. But off the top, obviously this doesn't have a top loading insert for the discs. This is a tray that pops out, which a lot of times when these were on the aftermarket, they just give out, they weren't working, and you have to fix it. If you don't know how to fix these kind of things, it's a pain in the ass. It's possible. I mean, anything can be fixed, but it takes a lot of time and money. So it's always better if you're gonna buy one, if you can spend the money on this, make sure you get one that's working. It also has a bunch of cool additional features that actually make this a pretty good deal. Not even a deal, just as a good piece of tech. It has a dialogue enhancer, which only really affects DVDs. That'd be awesome if it worked for the games, but it doesn't really matter because most of those games back then didn't really have dialogue. Well, not many of them. Cinema mode, game reset, I guess because you're going to switch it out. The open and close for the tray, surround sound, bass plus, and then there's a game mode, which I assume is just enhanced features and probably preset for the color values and all that. And then of course you have the slots here for your memory cards and these slots for the controllers, which is cool because it still lets you use, none of this has changed from the actual GameCube. And it also says, DTS, digital sound or digital out. It has a GameCube logo over here and as well as Dolby Digital. And on top you'll notice this is probably one of the bigger additional features to this. It's an LED little screen that kind of tells you what you're playing. I'm not sure if it actually tells you the game. I've yet to test this out with an actual GameCube game or a Japanese game because this is region locked. And then there's also the buttons, play, stop, rewind, all that for the DVDs and discs. It can also play MP3 discs. Yeah, pretty much MP3 discs, CDs. I don't know if it can actually play movies on an MP or on a CD-R disc. Haven't tested it out like that again. I mean, it would definitely work if I played CDs for sure. But when it comes to DVDs, Japanese is the NTSC-J, and same thing for the GameCube games. On the back, nothing major, just a digital audio out and all the normal components. What you'll notice is on the bottom still has all the attachment features that you could use, like the Ethernet adapter and of course the Game Boy player, which actually had to be specially made for this system because it has these legs with felt feet. It couldn't fit into any normal Game Boy Advance or Game Boy adapter, Game Boy player adapter. So they had to make one special for this. And it turned out that's so rare, it cost almost as much as this. It's like $500. So I mean, eventually I'd like to get that just to have a complete package. But maybe when I'm making the big bucks. Remove the controller out of here. You also notice that this is also gray. It's a dark gray. It's in good condition. On the front over here it says Panasonic. It doesn't say GameCube like the regular ones. That doesn't mean you can't use this with a regular GameCube and vice versa. You could. Obviously they want you to buy more. I'm not sure if they actually sold this separately to buy more, just to have a matching system. They may have. I've never seen one complete in box on eBay, so maybe they didn't. I'm assuming that they just wanted you to buy the ones already on the market. But this is in good shape. Like I said, it came with the original plastic. Here's the remote. I'm gonna look at this really quick. Standard remote, small, all in Japanese, of course. DVD, CD, DVD game player. See, like nothing on this does it actually say GameCube, which is very interesting because it's obvious that's what it is. Nothing on it actually even says Nintendo. So yeah, it doesn't. It just says, well, actually no, Nintendo GameCube right down here. That's about it. And it's obvious. It had to have some kind of branding. It doesn't say that on here though. It says Panasonic. They actually sold overlays on the aftermarket because these were bought up really quick by importers and modders, so you could actually play both the PAL and NTSC North America. I think it's NTSC 1 and all those GameCube games from all the other regions. And they sold an overlay that they made specifically for this, so you can put it over it and then see what was what. Like numbers, obviously the numbers are numbers, but everything else, which is really cool. I'd like to find one of those too. Maybe you have to print it out now. Either way, the modded systems are way more expensive as well because, like I said, they sold like less than 100,000 of these. So that's still a lot, but once they get in circulation, they get busted, they get trashed. It's very hard to find one complete, and then So if I want like that and it's modded, you could do it yourself. It takes a little bit, and you have to really, there's screws on the side here, on each side to remove it. I really wouldn't want to mess with it. Maybe down the line I would try it, but overall I like to keep my pieces, my collectible pieces, intact. And people ask, why would I buy this if I can't really use it? I mean, why would I, right? I have the Nintendo Wii, I can play the GameCube games there. I have digital movies now, but I have a huge DVD collection, so I could always use it for that. But either way, I have the PlayStation 4, the Xbox, all these other systems. It's because it's a piece of Nintendo history, really. It's an awesome piece to have. It's like a tangent to the GameCube era, right? Something that never really worked out, and it's kind of like a reason why Nintendo always said, like, this is why we didn't want to put a DVD player in our system. I don't know if they had their own, would they actually price it as much as everyone else did back when the PlayStation 2 came out, the Xbox? Who knows? Either way, it's here, it exists, and like I said, now it's part of my museum, my collection, and that's why I collect these, and why I'm always after anything that's kind of weird and random like this, because they always get something out of creating something like this, and they apply it to something new. We've seen that in the Virtual Boy, that tanked, but then we came up with the 3DS, or not we, they came out with the 3DS, which also has 3D features, right? And that's a hit. That's like probably one of the best selling, or is the best selling portable around. So they obviously learned from their mistakes, and they keep applying that. So we're gonna see what happens next with the Nintendo NX, or NX, whatever they're gonna end up calling it afterwards. But again, awesome piece. Retails, I got this just a little bit over what it originally retailed. It's still expensive by our standards in our economy. But if you can get one, if you're a big fan of this, look for it. I would also recommend, don't just shop on eBay. Look for actual Japanese sites that might still sell this, or if you know anybody over there. I know that's hard, but I make friends on eBay. I'll be an asshole and be telling like, this thing is too expensive. I would not pay for this, sir. And they'll be fuck off. But some people will be like, well, that's what it is. And then I start talking to them, and we start talking about our collections and what we like, and then just you end up becoming friends. I have friends all over the world now because of that. Friends from eBay, and we help each other out. There'll be North American releases of things that come out that they don't get. I'll hook them up with that, and they'll hook me up with something else from over there. And when they're on the hunt, I always give them a list. This is what I'm looking for. Please let me know if you find something. And if it's well priced, I will pay you. And that's kind of how this happened. It's kind of how the other special piece in my collection, which I consider is probably one of the highest pieces, is the Nintendo Game Boy Advance. Oh no, the Nintendo Game Boy Micro Mother 3 Deluxe Box Set. And you guys remember that? I made a video for that as well. That's an awesome piece, also found through somebody that I met on eBay. So that's the best way to go about it. Otherwise, keep collecting. Remember, follow us on here. You probably do. If you don't, do so. I always do these videos. Not that often, so don't worry, you're not going to get spammed. Check out the website, www.got2game.com. We dropped the I already, but you can still use the I. And on Twitter, which is YouGotToGame. And of course, Instagram, where I'm going to post all these pictures of this awesome piece, as well as new items that I've collected. I've been collecting a lot of game vinyl, video game music on vinyl, which is weird, right? But hey, when you're a collector, it's kind of an addiction, and you keep doing it. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep playing. Heads up, everybody. Got2Game is now making pins. That's right. First ones are Pokemon Go related. You can get your very own Pokemon Go team badges. So sport your favorite teams or get them all. Check us out on the website. Actually, it's not on the website yet, but they will be. But if you look us up on Got2Game on Instagram, you'll see more information on where you can get these. I do ship everywhere right now in the US, and hopefully I'll be able to accommodate people outside of the US as well. But this is only the beginning. Stay tuned for more Got2Game branded pins and memorabilia, cool stuff, accessories, apparel, all coming very soon. Thanks for the support, and again, keep playing.
Printed with soy ink.